Okay, so Miranda Ashford, you are going to ask your personal assistant to uh, schedule a meeting.
Yes, to call the widow, the tart, and schedule a meeting.
Yeah, okay, so it's Valerie. So your secretary arranged the meeting, and let's say that today
Mhm,
during the afternoon, so you can just jump ahead and
mhm.
uh, you are going to visit her at her house, right? Okay.
Yes.
So later today, you arrive at the Edelman's um, house, and doesn't have they aren't really that rich. Uh, butler
Mm.
maid. So the widow is at the door waiting for you. She's still young. She's a 20-something woman. She's pretty. Um, she has that look of a former actress. Um, she smiles when she sees you. Good afternoon, Miss Ashwood.
Hello, Mrs. Edelman. Well, first of all, my deepest condolences for your loss. For your loss.
I lost. Please come inside. I'm not sure if I know you. Do I know you?
I don't think so. Though I did had some business with your husband. Well, he bought some pieces for me in the past for his art collection.
An arm, a leg. Oh, yes, yes. He was he was very interested in the art. My late husband.
Hmm. Excellent taste.
Yes, I think so. I'm not sure. So tell me, we are going to have an auction. So is that what
Uh,
is that?
yes, there's a couple of items that my gallery is interested, and well, I wanted to ask if you were interested in selling them before the auction to accelerate the process. These auctions sometimes are complicated issues.
He looks a bit surprised. I'm not sure. Uh, I'll have to ask my lawyer about it. Just give me a minute.
Mm-hmm, of course.
She leaves you in the office, and she goes to another room in the house. And she takes a bit. You're not going to steal anything.
I don't think so. But I'm gonna look around. If I see anything interesting, or is all uh awful.
Well, here is that the office. That's nothing special. Well, maybe a couple of, but not anything that she's
Mm-hmm.
going to sell because all of that was already um prepared for the auction. Okay, so after a bit, she comes back and she tells you, well, I talked to my lawyer, and
Mm-hmm.
well, it depends on your offer. Still, we can still just sell it before the auction. Not really a problem. What are you interested in, by the way?
Well, there's a particular object that may be of interest if we find just the right public for it. That pyramid.
Just a minute. She starts browsing a list. Oh yeah, there's something here. Pyramid of Pain, is that?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm gonna add some other things to the list that I think I could be interested because it's not it doesn't make sense to go that over that just for the pyramid.
Okay, so she looks at it. I suppose it's not the most expensive stuff in there.
No, it's just things that I could sell easily for a profit to stupid
Okay.
people with bad taste,
Okay, so she looks
like
at
the Golden Dido collection and all that.
the list and she says, "Well, this I think we can arrange something. What is your offer?"
Well, I'm not just gonna make up a number. I'm going to give her something
No,
that
you can just rule something if you want.
I would try to do something that is fair, because if not, she's probably gonna say no. But less that I would risk to pay in the auction.
Okay, roll a persuasion.
Oh, I rolled a 20. Wow. No, no, no. I rolled a 20. Want to see it?
No, okay.
No, I know that face because I have the shitty dice for a long, long time.
Okay, so you are very persuasive. And I'm not even going to roll for her because
So I don't have to steal the pyramid.
no, you don't
What a
have to.
pity.
She just says, "Okay, I think that's fair. That's a fair price." I'll have to talk to the people at the auction
Of
house, but
course.
I don't think there will be a problem about that. Uh, do you mind coming back tomorrow and we'll arrange things?
Of course not.
Okay, so
A pleasure doing business with you.
please
And this
find
is
me
good
later.
for her because that way she doesn't have to pay a commission to the auction house.
Yeah.
Do they have cancellations?
Probably. But she just accepted. So maybe she just dumb.
Stupid bitch.
Well, you rolled
Razzle
a 20,
dazzle.
Yes, I rolled a 20.
so that's persuasive.
Well, let's pretend that I say that I could give her also a cut of what I sell it for, and I can get her more money than the action, something like that.
Okay, Chester, you are going to a gay bar called the Eagle's Nest.
I gotta drink up before I go in there. Fucking brutes.
This is in. Let me check.
You got a list of gay bars for Hamletville?
I know, but this one is
There's a
mentioned here.
table. We need to
Yeah.
you need to rip one that's run by a tranny, a fat tranny, and it's called Chubbs.
It's in
That's
Greenville.
a double meaning.
So you arrive at Eagle's Nest and you check that this is a very trendy gay bar. So there's lots of people outside.
Well
Most are
dressed.
gay. Most are gay, but not everybody is gay. There are women
Yeah.
and,
We're the stiffest drinks in town, are, man.
and you as well. After a while, you get in. It's crowded inside, but you want to check to see the one of the bartenders, right?
Yeah, I ask around when I get in there and make a beeline to him.
Okay, so the one of the people working there points you in the direction of a man that his name Todd. Todd is working.
It's the 80s, right? We decided it was 84 or 86.
Yeah, I think it was 83, I think.
Oh, awesome. Then we're allowed to smoke in bars. So I fire up a cigarette, blow it in his face. Thanks, princess. And I head straight to the bar.
Todd apparently is very well. You know that he's not gay, but the gays seem to like it. There's lots of men around. The side of the bar where he's working, and obviously he's distracted surfing things. After a while, he looks at you. Yeah, man. What do you want?
Tell him I need to talk to him about an old friend of his.
What?
I forgot. Well, I forgot which one this guy was. Was he part of the group or was he the ex-boyfriend?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was. So he's the former boyfriend of a woman called Lucinda Rossi,
All right.
and he said that she had some. Let me check that.
I remember he's the prime suspect for
Mhm.
maybe the beat down or a theft or whatever. Well, I
She,
asked him if he remembers what's her face and if he was aware what happened to some of her weirdo friends, and I would watch him for a reaction.
he looks at you. Well, yes, I know her. She's my ex girlfriend. What do you mean? What happened?
Well, it seems like some of her weirdo friends might have got themselves killed. Well, they definitely got themselves killed, and it was a mess. Let me tell you. And I lean in, and it seems they got you on the prime hook for this for some reason. What'd you have going on with these weirdos, man?
What weirdos? But I have nothing to do with that shit. That's that was her. She was involved with some bad people.
Well, so you know what bad people I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I know.
The ones with the little clubs. So you told me you didn't know anything. You didn't know anything about that scene, what she was hanging around with, and now you're admitting that yeah, you kind of do. So
I've
can you
been
tell me what
following
you
her.
know? What's going on with them?
I
That
don't
would
know.
end up getting our victim killed. Forgot his name.
Uh,
I mean, I wrote it down somewhere.
Edelman, Larry Edelman.
Larry Edelman.
Edelman, yeah.
Um,
You know, Leisure Shoot Larry.
he says, okay, let's go outside. Okay, so you step outside and he walks with you and he says, well, I was following her for a while. I had some suspicions about when we were dating, she was meeting other people, but not like another boyfriend, just meeting people for sex.
Yeah.
They had a club not far from here, and they were into SM stuff, like crazy people. I think she's. I'm not sure how she got involved with that, but she was involved with that, and
I
I
asked
think she still is.
Yeah, she's involved and she's a little worried since they're starting to turn up dead, and they think you might be one killing off her friends out of jealousy and whatnot. I said, you got anything to say about that? Can you
Are
tell me where you
you
were the other night?
roll a interrogation or interview?
Interview is going to be like an 8 plus 1, 9. So
Um, he just repeats what he said before. I was following her, but that's just all I know. They are weirdos, and I think they are.
I asked him since he was following her around, did he notice anything else weird going on? Maybe you notice other people following her around, or maybe someone who had a familiar face a couple times outside of that little dungeon they had going on.
No, I didn't notice anything like that. I don't think anyone was following her.
You're not giving me a lot of information, man. They're gonna put you in the pen. I'm trying to be your new best friend, and I stick a long drag on my cigarette.
I have many friends here, you know.
I look up and down the alley and go, friends, yeah.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you.
I don't know if I should try to intimidate him. What do you think, Joe? Should I just go straight for the old-fashioned?
Just go for it, man. It's just get in there and fucking rip them apart. Or come up with a cunning plan.
Cunning plan. Every time I
Everybody,
say that, I kind of like shit my pants. Like, oh god, this is gonna be terrible.
everybody will die.
Everybody will die.
So are you going to intimidate
Whereabouts?
him?
How busy?
I'm gonna
is
try
it?
to. I'm gonna intimidate him. I need to get me some brass knuckles or a blackjack or something. And how about I just sucker punch him? Just bring it right up into his groin.
Okay,
Just turn around and just knee him right in the balls. Go like,
just do that.
listen here, Nancy boy. They make a hit roll or
Yeah,
muscle.
he's not going to do anything, but
Oh, son of a bitch. 7. Make it by pluses. Brawl is level 2, and I got 17 strength, so that makes it 11.
okay, that's enough. So you punch him in the gut.
Oh no, I knee him in the nuts. I don't
Yeah,
want to
because
take my cigarette out of my damn hands, man. Come on.
okay, so you knee him in the gut because that would be a cold shot, and you can't do cold shot with that
Okay.
score. Um, he is holding his gut and saying, "What the fuck are you doing, man? I just told you I don't know anything. I don't know anything."
I took another long drag cigarette. I said it's called diplomacy. Now, if I was you, I would start remembering stuff that's useful to me, or I'm going to work off this frustration from being around all these fairies and stomp a mud hole in your ass. Blow smoke in his face.
I work here every night. I have to endure all those faggots hanging on me every night. I know what's frustration. Fuck you. I don't care.
All right, I slap him. I do the old paint slap. You make me drop my cigarette. I'm gonna get pissed.
Okay. He's going to try to.
Try to intimidate him with some man slaps.
Okay, roll an arm.
10 plus, like 14.
Okay, you slap him.
Yeah. He's not getting weird and enjoying it, is he?
That's what?
He's
No,
not
no.
getting weird and
Getting
starting to
weird.
enjoy it.
No,
Yes, Daddy.
he just slaps you back.
He slaps me back.
What's your defense?
Good question. I don't think I even looked at it. 10? That don't seem right. The base is 11, right?
The base is 10, and
10, yeah.
it's modified by agility. So it
Okay,
depends.
yeah, it was basically 10. I got 10.
Okay, so he slapped you back.
I'm surprised, so I Jackie Shaw with a good punch. Like, oh,
Roll,
seems like there's a little tiger in you, kitten. Pop! 18 plus 4, 22.
do you have a strength bonus?
Yeah. That's with the strength bonus on there. Yeah, plus 4. So
No, I don't mean about the attack. I mean for the damage.
oh yeah, plus 2.
Plus 2. Okay. So you punch him, and this time he falls down. It's just not.
Wow, so I knocked him out. Shit.
Do you want to wait?
Yeah, I wake him up all right.
Okay.
Zip. I wake him up.
He wakes up.
So, dude, I got all night. This is I think you're hiding something from me. So either I'm asking the wrong questions or you're just giving me the wrong answers. I just need to know everything you know about that weirdo and the guy
He
himself.
starts just shouting, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about that. Police!
Dude, we both know the police aren't going to raid this place.
Anyway, he just screams. He doesn't know anything. He keeps screaming that.
Oh, then I knock him out. I flat deck him again.
Okay. So do it.
11 plus 4, 15.
Okay, you hit him again, and he's again knocked out. Now you notice that some people that aren't looking this way, they probably heard the noise. And when I say people, I mean clients, customers.
Well, I'd see. Yeah. I do a quick pat down, see if he's got any notes in his pocket or anything like that. He's definitely not packing a piece. So,
No, there's a wallet.
oh, I take his ID. I'll leave his cash. I think I'm gonna pay a visit to his house later if I have to track him down.
Okay, so you take his ID. And you go away, I suppose.
Yeah. I walk right past those people coming to check it out. And as I'm walking up, I flip my cigarette towards them to mind your fucking business and walk right past them.
But they keep on going that way, so
All right.
they don't care about that. So, Sully,
Yes.
do you have any plans?
Yeah, I think I did. He's already got information on because he's got an informant, hasn't he, on the streets, I think. So he's probably gonna go down to that auction house himself. Meanwhile, or at least get some eyes on there, some patrolmen possibly. Just to observe who's in attendance, what they're bidding on, and all that kind of stuff. He's got his associate as well, hasn't he? His like partner. I've forgotten that guy's name.
Ramirez.
Yeah, that's the fella.
No, Garcia. Sorry.
Yeah, perhaps
Garcia.
Garcia will go down there because he's got that. He's more into the supernatural.
But you're talking about the day of the auction when they
Yeah,
are going to. Well,
yeah.
that's not right now. It's still a few some days in the future.
Oh, right. Okay. So Sully is behind everybody. Is that right?
No, you weren't. You weren't in the same place that Chester. Miranda was kind of a
I
different
guess
in a different
now
timeline.
I'm
Yeah, now she's in the same timeline. She was the one that was a bit ahead of you, but not anymore.
Right.
But still, the auction will take some days. 5 days, let's say.
Oh God, I'm not sure. All his investigations last week were just turning up blanks, weren't they? And there was some Garcia was thinking along the lines of supernatural stuff.
Yeah, he had
That's
some event that occurred in the past that involved the former mayor's nephew, and the story was kind of similar to this, but well, it's not.
he was torturing all that.
he was, yeah,
Right.
yeah. There was right. There was all that.
And didn't never
What
discover
am I-
who did it, right? It
yeah.
doesn't
Well,
mean
he was trying to
No.
find parallels with the cases, wasn't he?
Yes, there was some. You talked about that, but doesn't mean that there were some parallels in terms of style.
Did he speak to those investigators? I can't
Uh,
remember if he spoke to those
well, one of the investigators was himself, was Garcia. The other one is dead. So that's it. And Garcia can tell you what. Well,
But hasn't there been? There's that woman. That's right. It's starting to jog. There's that lass, isn't there, who's been associated with? Did he actually get a meeting with her?
With
or
whom?
did she blow him off? The woman who's been associated with like 3 or 4. There's like she's associated with the guy who's died in the restroom at the
Oh yeah.
restaurant.
So that
That was the most recent thing that happened.
Amanda some that was
yeah, Amanda Susskind.
That's has she been brought in or did
Yeah. So she was she's a hooker,
yeah,
a high class hooker, and
high class hooker.
one of her clients that she had on that night was also murdered. That's
Yeah, had he got to the bottom of anything? Was he just coming up with more mysteries?
not really. There was so the guy was. Let me check that. The victim was the owner of a pawn shop, and he was stabbed while in a public restroom.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's not, and there are no suspect.
She was but she was also present at the event with Thingy.
She was
What's
a
his name?
member of the. She was a member of that club,
Yeah,
the S&M club, but she wasn't. She
Has
has
he
an alibi.
been
She had an
through-
alibi for the night.
he's been through that black book as well, hasn't he? He's talked to the
She was, yeah,
suspects in there, and that's just
she was in the black.
they're either covering the tracks possibly. I really am at a loss as to what Sully can actually do. Because he's drawing up nothing. It's like his investigation is. I don't know if Garcia's got more of an idea, but the thing is, if he comes to Sully with any of his occult shit, Sully's just going to be like, "That's preposterous, Garcia," because he
I
just.
also don't know if Garcia believes in the occult. He just thinks he saw something that was something very strange.
Yeah.
Right?
Garcia's more
He
interested
doesn't
in
really believe it.
Sully.
It's just that he finds it strange, but that's it.
Garcia is more into the. He's got more of an open mind than Sully. Sully's mind is totally closed off to anything occult, and he's still trying to put it down to normal people. But anyone normal he's talking to, he's not getting anything from. So I have no idea if he can get help from anywhere at all, really. Other than getting the next thing I can think of is it's the auction will be his next course of action. To be honest, I can't think of anything. How he's going to get, bless you, how he's going to get to the bottom of it until one of the suspects puts a foot wrong. Maybe that's what he's hoping he can. He's got a list of suspects, but he's not able to pin it on anybody. He's brought people in. He's already done that. He's already. I'm just thinking of who else. He'd spoken to the widow, hadn't he? Everyone's alibied and covered to the fucking hills.
I'm not sure about that, about the widow, but maybe.
Because she's the one having the auction, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd been round.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you were there. Yeah.
He was round at her house.
She was packing the stuff, and there was a guy from the house there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I honestly think Sully is sort of stuck in a sort of limit. He might just be going through files and trying to piece it all together and just drawing up more blanks. It really is. It's almost beyond him to a certain extent, but he's certainly not going to go down the road of anything occult.
He doesn't have anything to point to that.
No, he's
this
trying to
point,
get.
even.
He's too logic. His mindset is too much into logic, and it's got to be, somebody somewhere knows more than they're saying. But they're all covering each other as far as he can tell.
Okay, so if you don't have any plans, we can just skip
Yeah,
until
he's
until the
completely
auction.
at the moment.
unless
Yeah,
someone,
the
well,
auction.
Yes, so
Miranda will buy the stuff.
yes,
and,
but I want to also, I don't remember if I did it or not, and it's because I played it this second time I'm playing this adventure.
third?
The third, yes. I want to do a background check on the story, the history of the pyramids, because probably to sell it well, I need to come up with the whole story around it. I don't know, remember if I read it, if I already did it or not.
I don't know.
I
Let's
think I didn't this time.
do it now.
Okay, so okay. Now I rolled a 4. I came back to my normal.
That's good. for you.
Yes, it is. Well, 7, 8, 8. It's an 11 with my bonus.
Not good.
Yeah.
Okay, so try to track down, but the only thing you find is the catalog for the auction.
Mm.
That is still online. Forget about that. There's no online here.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's 83.
Well, but I would get a brochure probably from
yeah,
the auction
again,
house.
you don't need that. So you are trying to find something in books and stuff, but you don't find any. It's the thing that you can't just go to Wikipedia because there's no
Yeah.
Wiki.
Well, but I can ask Devereaux to check with his
Yeah,
contacts.
that's a different thing. Okay, let me check that.
If I can't find nothing by myself, I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, with an 11 you can find anything.
Yeah.
Let me see if maybe they're luckier than you, or well, it's
Especially if it's a sex thing. If there's a sex object.
very good rule. So you call Devereaux and
Yeah, to tell him
uh,
that we're gonna buy the thing, so we need a background, a way to sell it.
the next day you get to visit. Devereaux visits you at your office, at your gallery.
Gallery,
Right?
yes.
Yeah. And he seems excited.
Hello, you're in a good mood. How old
Yes, I am.
was she?
Very young, but that's not the thing. Oh, I remember. There was last time it was very fun. Okay, he's smiling. Yeah, but not it's not that. Listen, that thing is very sweet. Um, I think it's there are some rumors about it. It was um, it was a custom order from a
Well,
demon.
I'm gonna ask if he wants a drink.
Yes, of course.
Of course, so I'll get him some scotch. Although it's probably 11 in the morning.
Yeah, for him it's late already. This was made by a custom order for a German occultist
Mhm.
in the 18th century, and he had some kind of cult, and it disappeared
Mm.
months after he ordered this pyramid of pain. Disappeared, and everybody.
Can we trace it also to the guy who did it? So was he
The
the
guy who did what?
artisan who did the pyramids?
No, not really.
Mhm.
The person who made the object is not famous, but I
Mhm.
can tell you what I know about this. So the guy who ordered this was called Gerhard Schulze, and hmm,
Yes,
okay,
he was an occultist and he died after he disappeared.
yeah. So this was first half of the 19th century. It disappeared in 1826. The most interesting thing is that the guy wrote a book.
Hmm.
The book was called Codex Voluptate and Dolorem.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, in the book he probably wrote about this, but I don't know because the book isn't in any library. So there are still some
So
copies.
there's any chance we can buy a copy of the book and do a 2-in-1 or sell this to one of the book owners?
There are only 3 copies of the book.
Mm. Okay, so probably it's expensive to buy the book.
Possibly. I know that one of them. So I try to trace the copies. One of the copies is in Amsterdam. Another copy is in Italy. The other one is in the US.
Well, I think you probably need to read the book. I'll try to get it. If not buy it, try to reach out to one of the owners and try to get some information
So
to come up with
these
a nice
are.
background story for
I
this.
know these are 3 private collections.
Mhm.
I don't know the people involved. I mean, yes, I know. I know the Dutch guy. He's a collector of sexual oddities and sexual art. I don't know about the Italian person. I think this is just a guy with too much money to spend and probably just buy these old books. And the American one, I think, is a member of the Church of Satan.
Yeah, I roll my eyes.
So I know him.
Mhm. Well, I think we can have maybe the Satanist or the Dutch guy may want to buy the pyramid. Even if not, well, then maybe we can get one of them
Yes,
to let us consult the book.
it's possible. Yeah, I think that they might be interested. The Italian guy, I doubt, unless you want to sell it at a cheap thing.
Of
But
course not.
no, of course, obviously not.
Okay, so we have a plan. We're going to try to sell it.
Whom should I talk to?
Well, whom do you have a better relationship with? What's your gut feeling?
I don't really
I
know
don't.
you, but yes,
The Satanist is probably a douchebag, so maybe let's try the Dutch guy first.
he's also a douchebag, but he's a Dutch douchebag.
Yes.
A different kind of douchebag.
Well, I guess the
So
Dutch are very frontal, so if he doesn't want to buy it, it will tell us right away. You never know. With the Satanist, that's insufferable.
okay, so I'll talk to the Dutch guy. Chester,
Yeah.
any plans?
I'm running out of leads. I guess I'm going still going down that list until I get something that pops up.
Okay, so do you remember who you have already covered?
Not really.
Well,
You talk to the actor,
Actor, the
Eddie Britt.
Eddie, and then the hoe. Yeah.
3 people. So there's the black guy who was he worked for a producer. Then
What about the Russians?
there's the Russians. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember the Russians.
Yeah, no one has talked to the Russians. There's the guy who hired you, of course, the
Yeah.
porn director. And there's another woman. What does she do? Let me check.
Shoot, I forgot to ask the guy beat up about what was hidden in the closet if he knew, if he'd actually been to the club or anything. I go find the Russians. I look
Okay,
up and I see 1983 did Rocky 2. Was Rocky 2
No,
out?
they weren't Russians. They're German,
Okay.
I think.
What's the difference?
Well, they're European. Yeah, the Schneider couple. Yeah, they are German.
Weren't they Russians on the first time we played? Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. Now they are German. Okay, the German couple is an upper middle class couple. They live in a nice neighborhood in Amityville.
They are swingers.
Ugh.
No, I'm
Upside
joking.
down
This
pineapple
would
on
call
the
out my
floor.
attention if they're a couple and they're part of a sex club. That's extra creepy.
They
That was
might be.
actually a big thing at the local hospital here with the doctors. So many upside down pineapples in the parking garage. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so you want to visit the Schneider couple? Is that
Yeah.
true?
Go visit the
Okay.
Krauts.
Okay.
Mids.
I'm just wondering if I could get any leads from my snitches, possibly. Did I know about the Russians? I don't know if I did.
Do you know about what?
The
Did you
Russians,
know about
Germans.
the Germans, not the
Yes,
Russians.
yes, they are included. At least the woman, because the man doesn't belong to the club. It's just Mrs.
He just likes to watch.
Probably, yes.
I mean, they're Germans, so
I've already spoken
Don't
to
mention the
one
war.
guy. I had eyes on the black dude though, didn't I?
So roll a streetwise.
Okay, cool. Oh, 17 without any mods. I think I get a +2, so that's
Okay,
19.
so let me tell you what do you know
Maybe
about
more
him.
than that actually, but
what's this guy's vice? I don't see it on here now that I think about it. Does Chester have a vice?
Maybe I
I'm
forgot.
looking for it. Let me check.
Okay, so Sully, the
Yeah.
things that your informers tell you about. Richard Perry, who is the black guy, and you
Yeah.
already know that he has a history of beating up women.
Yep, I already. Oh, I think this is all sounding a bit familiar, but never mind.
Of course. So he was arrested for beating up a waitress who was his girlfriend at the time. What else? Then there's Lucinda Rossi. Lucinda Rossi has recently um, filed a complaint about a former boyfriend who works in a gay nightclub. And, well, you know that kind of. Well, you didn't know it, but now you know it. Then there's Amanda Suskin. Amanda Suskin, you already know because it's the hooker that whose client was stabbed to death. Then there's Rod Taggart. Rod Taggart, I don't know if you talked to him, but he's the guy who hired Chester. And what? Well, he's a former porn star. He's a porn director. He has a bad reputation. Drugs, prostitution, perhaps kidnapping even. But that's just, he was never arrested. And then there's someone called Michelle Piquet. Michelle is also a actress wannabe. And what's up with Michelle?
So that's.
I'm
um,
laughing because when you say actresses, of course, what you mean is hooker.
Nothing special. And then there's Leonor Schneider. Leonor Schneider is a upper middle class woman. Her husband is in the construction building business, and that's it. There are some rumors about Leonor's husband and being mixed up with some European criminal organizations, but it's just rumors. And that's it.
Right. There's a couple of things to go on, ish. Is it a question of bringing people in, or is it just a case? The hookers probably you could. I'll tell you what he'll do. Actually, clamp down on some of these sex workers and just do a just get haul all the hookers in. Damn it!
The hooker. Okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
let me
And
just
is she working as part of a team?
no, she works alone.
Right. She's a private escort, is she?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, not part of a team of hookers.
Well, Chester, later that day you visit the German couple. And they live, I think they live in Ridley, I think. Or East Hill, I'm not sure. Yeah, Ridley. Okay. They live in a gated community. They have some money. Okay. So you arrive at their house and the maid opens the door for you. I think. Well, I'm asking. I didn't ask. Did you announce that you were going there, or just?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'm just going down my list and checking it off.
Okay. So the maid asked you who she should announce.
Still Chester Desmond,
And you are?
a friend of the dead guy. See if that gets their attention.
Okay. About 2 minutes later, a woman comes to the door. She's 50, in her early 50s. She's good looking for a early 50s woman. She looks German.
Look,
She
she's
doesn't-
German.
She's blonde. And she pisses on people. She has also she looks German because she has a German accent. Good evening, Mr. Chester Desmond. So who are you? I'm not. I really don't know you. So I believe you are a friend of Larry.
No, not really. I'm trying to figure out who killed Larry, and seems like that roads led to your doorstep, which I find really, really interesting. But I need to find some information out, before one of you guys get knocked
Well,
off.
so come inside, Mr. Desmond.
All right, I let myself in. As I step in, I look left and right, make sure I don't get jumped. These Germans are weird.
It seems like it's safe. Okay. So she leads you to the living room, and she asks if you want to drink something.
Oh, absolutely. Do you have a bar?
She calls the maid to speak to you and for her as well.
It's like whiskey on the rocks or something stupid.
So are you a policeman, Mr. Desmond?
Do everybody else? Do I look like a policeman?
Yes, you do, Mr. Desmond.
I act all confused about that. No, I'm an associate of your friend, and I dropped the name of my employer. And he's a little worried, and he thinks that that someone's gonna start killing all you people, all his friends. I think it might have something to do with what was locked up in that closet, and try to judge her reaction.
Closet?
Yeah, Larry had something special locked away in the closet.
Oh, that silly little thing.
What silly little thing? Seems like someone might have. It was missing, so someone might have killed him or.
I think it was a sculpture or a, I'm not sure what to call it. I think it was a sculpture, a metal, an ugly thing. It looked like something like the Soviet would do.
Brutalist architecture is shit. I'll give him that. I asked her to describe it. And did
Oh,
anyone else in the club kind of kind of covet it? Did they eye it or whatever?
So this, she describes the object. It is basically a metal pyramid with some inscription. She didn't understand what was that written there, so for her it was basically just scribbling uh, with a nonsense. And as far as you know, no one was interested in that except for Larry. Larry was interested in the pyramid.
No one, absolutely no one in that little circle was interested.
Yeah, no. Okay, well, let's delve into that. So Leonor explains to you that Larry was into the occult, and that object apparently was some kind of occult object, some kind of sex magic thing, and he was playing a game with them, uh, using the object. The object had some buttons, and he was reading from the inscriptions and telling them to press some stuff, and basically using that as a toy.
We had you guys push the thing around and play with it.
Yeah, we were playing with that.
Okay.
It told us to try to read it, but obviously none of us could read that. Sometimes he did some stupid little shit like that, but we went along. We went along with the game and with the play because that's part of the thing. But I don't think that everybody was starting to get annoyed with that. No one cares about that. No one understands that. He was speaking bad languages. I know Latin. I'm sure it was Latin. I don't know about the rest. It sounded like Arabic or Greek or whatever. I don't know. And it was getting like weird stuff, like very weird, weirder than usual.
They
No,
just
weird.
wanted to
Better than
fuck.
normal.
Yeah, they just wanted to fuck. And
As
it was
I
like,
mutter, if it's weird for the Germans, it's got to be bad.
yeah. Well, it was a different
Please.
kind of weird. Weird
Yeah.
because he was trying to speak languages that no one else understood, and making them repeat the stuff, trying to get them to say the exact words, and they weren't really. At least she doesn't think they could do it, and that's basically that. It was a silly game.
All right, so weird sex magic, like oysters. I got you. No, there wasn't any weird polyhedral dice involved.
No, at least not that. Luckily, there were no dice.
No dice. Don't get into super bad stuff. Um, I don't really have a lot of clues to work on except the list and everything. It wasn't there, and as far as I know, it wasn't tagged in evidence. So I think someone might have killed him for your stupid little sex object. Was it valuable? Where did he get it?
Some antique seller, I think.
You got that guy? You know the guy's name?
No, I didn't care about that. That's not the kind of thing that would interest me. He didn't talk about that, but I know that he was always buying some antiques and books and art, and this was one of his pieces. So I guess he had some contacts
Yeah.
in the art world. So I guess it was through that. I know he usually did business with some people that I think I can remember their names. One of them, I know her. I've met her in a party or something. She's called Ashworth. And there's a fun little man that usually works with her. It's called Devereaux. He's kind of a dirty old man. He's a pedophile.
Just shake my head again. Um, All right, this is the one I don't feel like beating up. I don't feel like she's lying to me or holding anything back.
Do you want to do a persuasion or whatever?
Yeah, I'll try. I mean, it's getting pretty pathetic. 14, highest roll I've made this entire two
She
sessions.
doesn't seem to be lying. So she can be a very good liar, or she's telling the truth.
Yeah, and I don't feel like beating up a woman, so
She might like it.
yeah, she's German.
She would probably like it. Yeah.
You want to eat some oysters first? All right. So yeah, I go ahead, and when I get to the car, I check the Rolodex under art and antique and see what names pop up. And I scan through. If that Ashworth's in there, I'll
Yeah.
make a note of that. And
There's an Ashworth and there's a Devereaux.
Devereaux's the pedo, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try to track down.
Alleged pedophile. He was never arrested.
I mean, I could beat another person up today. I'll go visit the pedophile.
Okay, so next morning, Miranda, do you have anything planned?
No, just we'll probably pick up the pyramid and give her a check.
Right. Okay, so let's go. Devereaux is going with.
Of course, he's gonna come with me. He has to carry the thing.
So where are you going?
There's also the dildo collection because there's.
Where are you going to keep the stuff?
Well, it's my gallery. I have a safe.
Okay. Very well. Sully, what was
Yeah.
your plan now?
Right. Sully's been doing a little bit of research. He definitely needs to get Michelle in or speak to her. He wants to talk to Eddie and he wants to talk to Rod. Because I don't think I had spoken to either of those.
Michelle or?
Michelle, the private escort,
And
and
the
he
other
wants to
person?
see if she's got a link with that Rothschild chick.
Okay, so you are going to visit Michelle. Michelle.
Or bring her in.
She's a waitress. Okay. Okay, she works in a luxury restaurant because she's French.
Yeah.
He has an accent. So you meet her at the restaurant. She asks you to wait for a moment, and then she meets you and she asks you. Well, I've already talked to the cops, so I think so. Probably, if it wasn't you, someone else, because you said that you were going to interrogate everybody that was in.
Well, he was doing his best. Was
So
she
probably maybe Garcia
not?
did that for you. If it wasn't you, it was probably Garcia who talked to her. So she says, "I talked to your partner, I think." So what is it that you want to know?
Does the name Rothschild mean anything to you?
The name what? Sorry,
Rothschild.
I'm not sure.
How does she look? Can I make a? Is she lying to me? Can I make a check?
Yeah, okay.
19.
No, she seems not to be lying.
So she's not connected with her at all.
What is your what is the reason for this second interview or
No,
interrogation?
it is off the record, really. I'm simply making inquiries. I am looking for any leads. Do you know the name? Do you know what we're investigating? What is it my partner actually said to you?
Just asked me about that night when Larry was killed. What was I doing in that night, and basically it with that.
So she's another one whose alibi is covered, or supposedly.
Yeah, everybody has some alibi.
Yeah. Um. I'm wondering, is she clearly on drugs? Do I get that feeling from her?
Clearing on drugs.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh,
Canadian everybody's on cocaine, dude.
you can
No,
do
I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering if she's on something.
well, you can do a rule for that. But I'm not sure which rule you will do.
Oh no, natural one. That was.
Wits, I think.
Oh,
No,
well,
no.
I rolled under.
Okay.
But it was a natural one. If I'm rolling over, I've definitely failed.
Well, you have no idea.
Right. Okay.
She doesn't seem to be behaving in a strange way. It's normal.
There's no. Well, I won't be able to guess that. Drawing blanks again. Absolute fucking blanks on this completely. Typical Amatville cop, really.
It wasn't. It wasn't an important person that died.
What was?
Okay.
What does she know about Larry?
What
What
does she know?
about Larry?
Well, obviously I knew him, but we weren't really close. I was a member of that club, and that's it.
Right. Yeah, everyone's covered to the fucking. This is the thing, because they all have done it in some way. Were they all present? And they're covering
Yeah,
each other.
That's a good idea. They all did it, and they're covering for one another.
could
That's
be
what
that.
I'm thinking. It's something like that, or they all know something more than what they're saying.
It could be. Yeah.
That's kind of where Sully's head is going. It's like everyone he speaks to doesn't trust any of them.
They're all guilty.
They're all guilty of the way he sees it. He wants this club fucking shut down. He wants
Arrest them all.
yeah, basically.
How a cop thinks.
He's gonna be like fucking I'm sick of this horse shit.
Kill them
And
all.
I think he would be looking around now for excuses to haul these bastards in. Almost like trying to frame them with stupid shit just to throw the book at them. And I think he's gonna go back to the office and implement that plan and do it dirty rather than trying to be all straight laced. He's tired of playing nice now, and he's out to fucking. If you can't get them on the murder of Larry, he's gonna pin stupid shit on them all. If you can do that.
Some of them have some stories in their past. Use it.
That's it. Start digging around. It's either and either blackmailing them to get them out of Hammetville, so he hasn't got to deal with them anymore, or literally bust their asses with petty stuff that will just get him off the streets and make his record sheet look good. After all, he's retiring soon anyway, so he may as well go out on a high.
It's not your last week after all.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or last
That's
year,
what.
perhaps.
So I'll tell you what, miss me out, and we can role play that sort of scenario out in a bit if you like.
Okay, so Chester.
I'm gonna speak to my cops and my fucking snitches
Yeah.
and get everyone on board with this basically, and we'll take the whole ring out with stupid fucking stuff, and we'll
Okay,
just
so
put charges on them.
you can just arrest everybody.
Yeah, that's the plan.
You're a cop, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Later, you can just find excuses for that.
Yeah. Well, it's his, he's got nothing to lose, and it'll make his record sheet look good. And they'll be like, wow, you've brought all these people in. You're brilliant, Sully.
Okay, so everybody will be arrested tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, sir. You arrived at Mr. Devereaux's house, but he wasn't there. Meanwhile, after a while, you see a man arriving and approaching the house. And he seems like a bird, so maybe it's Devereaux. He looks at you when he's approaching the door, and he looks like someone with always suspicious of stuff. And when he's approaching, he looks at you and he stops and he stares at you. Are you looking for me?
Oh, is that Devereaux?
Yeah, Devereaux.
Okay. I was talking to Joe for a second. I said, "Why, yes, I am." And I light up another cigarette.
He keeps his distance from you. So who are you?
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out a few things, and I drop Leadership Larry's name. That name sound familiar to you? I look him up and down and see if he's got a reaction.
Yes, I know that. I know his name. We had business before.
Oh, I said, you look a little nervous. You don't have one of the milk carton kids in the back of your car, do you?
We have what?
Nothing. I blow smoke in his face. I'm just trying to figure out something, and I'm seeing if you have any information I might need.
Very well, Mr. What's your name?
I just keep answering questions. I keep asking questions. I don't quite. This guy might run to the cops. So I just ignore his question, and I ask him if he knew anything about the death of Leadership Larry.
Yes, I know. He died about a week ago. He was murdered and all that.
You know anybody would want to hurt him? Want
I'm
something
sure.
from him?
I'm sure lots of people wanted to hurt him.
Yeah, he didn't sound like a very likable character, but you know what? There's lots of not likable characters, and people really don't care when they get hurt, like really bad. I mean, just take it when it comes to kids. People don't care.
Well, Mr. Edelman
If they
was
think a certain way, they just don't care what happens to those people.
Mr.
Stay
Edelman
goes,
an adult. He wasn't a kid.
huh?
Mr. Edelman was 50 something. He wasn't a kid.
Yeah, true. He still was a pornographer and a pervert. But I was like, well listen, do you have any information for me regarding who might have had it out for Mr. Edelman? Or maybe, you know, wanted what was stashed in that closet of his. And I try to judge his reaction, see if he's hiding anything from me.
Closet. I wasn't. You may have been mistaken here. I wasn't a member of that club of his. We had business, but it was about objects of art.
Yeah, art. And I just roll my eyes and go,
Yeah,
art.
okay. So it's not typical art. It's just erotic art, but it's still art. Okay, it's art.
Yeah, yeah, funny drawings of penises and stuff. I said, but this was
Yeah,
something
well,
different, like a puzzle box.
oh yes. Actually, I was very interested in that. Well, not I wasn't myself interested in that, but I was representing someone who had an interest in buying that object.
And
Actually,
who's that?
she just bought it from the
Just
widow.
bought it.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
widow is very eager to get rid of everything.
oh, is she?
Of
Because
course.
that was evidently at a crime scene where Mr. What's his face was murdered, and someone took it. I mean, otherwise the cops would have it right now, and they don't. So that tells me someone killed him for that. Because I've talked to all these other perverts, and none of them seem to have anything out for
Well,
him.
but unless it was his widow, because that she sold it today. She sold the object today. She had it, so maybe you're wrong about that.
Really? Can you describe the widow to me?
She's blonde and she's about 20 something, and she's called Valerie, I think.
Oh yeah, a young widow
Hmm.
of an older rich dude who ends up dead, and she gets all his stuff. Yeah, she's got no reason to have him killed. So this thing was valuable, right?
No, not really. Not really valuable for a common audience, but we know some people might have some interest in that object.
Right. So you're telling me she's selling everything?
Oh yes, she's selling everything. There will be an auction
Okay.
in there.
All
There will
right.
be
See,
an auction in a few days. So, but he had some actually valuable stuff that can be sold in the auction to regular collectors who don't like dildos and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah. And
This object is it has some value for people who like to collect occult stuff.
well, I already got the answer that my client needs. I'm not telling him that, but it looks like to Chester that the widow had her old man knocked off to sell all his shit, which means she's not
Okay.
interested in killing the rest of the dudes. She don't give a
Yeah.
shit about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I figured out what I need to know. And is the guy like a little frail guy or just a super nervous?
No, not really. Is
'Cause we're bringing bullying back.
no, it seems like he's not really impressionable.
I actually thank him. I said, you're probably one of the most detestable ones I've had to deal with today, but you know what? You're also the most friendly and most cooperative. I didn't have to beat your ass or nothing. Makes my day go by so much easier. I take a long drag of the cigarette and said, I'll be seeing you around. And I just flick my cigarette into his yard or whatever.
After this, Miranda, you get a phone call.
Miranda.
Yes, Miranda.
Yes, I'll just answer. Or Ashworth.
Okay. Devereaux here.
Yes.
I had a
Devereaux.
visitor a minute ago. He was clearly a private investigator. Um,
What did you
was
want?
asking questions about stuff and the pyramid and Larry's death. I told him that that you had bought the pyramid, which this is not really a problem.
Yeah.
Everything is legitimate, but I'm just warning you that maybe he'll pay you a visit.
Do you think it's gonna? Well, do you think someone is interested in the pyramid?
I don't think so. This is probably something else.
Oh, because related to his death.
Yeah, probably, but
Oh.
not the pyramid.
Well, I don't think he was killed over this. It's just stupid.
I don't think so, but he probably believes that.
Do you think Valerie killed him?
Very likely.
Yeah.
selling
That rush to
everything.
sell everything. Yes, she was tired
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah, probably. So he was involved in all this. She had nothing to do
Yeah.
with it, so she probably.
Well, actually, that's a good. That means that she's smarter than what she looks. So
I don't think
everybody's
she's
going to
smart.
think that this is related to that sex cult of him.
Yeah, probably, but I don't think she herself murdered him.
Mm.
Maybe she hired one of those guys.
Yes, of course. Maybe she has a lover that's giving her those ideas.
Possibly, even maybe some of the guys involved in this, maybe one of them was fucking her, and he just snuffed the husband.
Yeah, we'll probably discover in a couple of months when
Yeah,
she
probably.
marries again.
Yeah, I don't think she'll ever be arrested. Maybe.
Okay, well, when you talk to the Dutch guy, let me know how it goes.
Okay. Sally Chester. Okay, Sally, you wanted
Yeah,
everybody. Okay.
I've got a load of stuff. I've got.
So later today, everybody is arrested.
Yeah, well,
Police brutality.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be. He's fabricated a shit. he's got human trafficking. He's got a cache of weapons that he's going to charge them with, and cocaine smuggling. And he's just going to pin it all on. He's giving them all trumped up fucking charges. He's covered it all the way to the hill because he's blackmailing DAs and judges and God knows what to get the case fucking in court quicker than you can say Jack Robinson. I don't know what you want me to roll, but that's kind of where this is going, I think. And he's just going out on the ultimate fucking end of his career. He's like, fuck it, let's get everyone in that black book is going down. That's the way he's looking at it.
Are you
Yeah.
considering the amount of paperwork you're gonna have to do?
Oh, there'll be a shit ton of paperwork.
It's an easier way to kill time in your last year of work, man. You got to do all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It would probably take at least 2 years. They'll be remanded for at least 2 years.
Dude, the fastest trial I've seen locally for a murder was 18 months.
You
That
know,
guy was
and
operating
that's fast tracking it.
Okay, you can roll for investigation, but this, in fact, it will take a long time. So
Yeah, I'm thinking it would be before he would be able to put people in holding enough time to plant the evidence.
I contact my client and just, does he want to meet or he wants to take care of it on the phone?
well, he was arrested in the meantime. So
I go down there to see him. I'll just go down to the police station and I need to get this stuff done so I can go get some money to pay and bet on the fucking phone.
finally, someone is going to meet. Okay, so at the station, they tell you that Detective Sully is in charge of that case, so you should
That
talk to him.
Garcia's little lap dog. Jesus. I avoid him.
Well,
I just go down and try to get to see the prisoner.
That's my cat. That is the Come on, man. Not a week. Once a week. Come on, man.
I guess we should probably at least two of us meet.
We can talk if you want to talk.
okay, so Sully, one of the guys at the station tells you that there's a Chester Desmond, private investigator, wants to talk to Rod Taggart.
Chester Desmond.
Anyone
Yeah.
done a background
left
check
me.
on this guy?
Well, you know that you know his name, and Garcia tells you that he knows him. I don't think that you don't like each other, right?
No.
I'm wondering if we couldn't just buy him off as well.
Just what?
Buy him off as well. What was he being paid?
Well, anyway, Garcia
What were you
tells you.
being paid, Chester? What's your come on, what's your angle in all this? I've got a case all ready for the DA, all wrapped up with a nice little bow. What will it take me to fucking come
Yeah,
on?
I don't give a
name the
shit, bro.
price.
I tell him I don't care. I'm just here to talk to my client, give him the information he hired me to go find out, and then I'm gonna go. I'm going down to the track and have me a scotch.
Well, you can name your price, and we'll just give you the fee that he was going to pay, or we can double it.
That's not how that works.
You desperately want to speak to Tiger. That's fine, but that fucker's going down, boy.
I tell the old man to shut up. I said, and if you got charges for me to charge me, go ahead. I'm here to see my client. You got him locked up?
By all means, yeah, talk to him. Something's crashed there, I think, or something.
Uh,
Something what? Something crashed?
Doesn't look like something crashed, or yeah.
mm,
Go ahead, talk to the guy if that's what you want to do. But I'll quite happily buy you if it, I can double his fee if that's what you want.
I mean, I wasn't a dirty cop, so this kind of fucking is insulting. So you're just like Garcia, that piece of shit. So I don't like
Fair enough.
that. Are they going to let me go see my client,
Yeah,
or
yeah, you can go. Yeah, by all means.
I go see him?
I'll make sure the room's booked.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I really don't care.
so you meet Rod. Um, he's eager to see you. So Mr. Desmond, do you have any news for me?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's out to really bump you off. I think it's just the wifey killed him, and she's selling all these stuff, dude. Granted, there might have been someone there because evidently that whatever he was keeping locked up in the closet, she just sold to this Ashworth lady, and she's selling everything and getting out of Dodge. So looks pretty clear cut.
Okay, well,
Looks had him murdered, selling all his stuff, and she's going to find something, another dude to do it to, probably. Got yourself a little Black Widow.
mm, well, that's good news, I guess.
I guess. I mean, I've talked to several people who seem to think that it was something strange might have done it to him, but it looks like someone just bumped him off and made it messy.
Yeah, very, really, really messy. But yeah, that makes sense. He probably hired some thugs to do that, and
Yeah.
they enjoyed it a lot.
Now, this might come in handy for you dealing with the cops, so you can just pass
Yeah,
that
but
information
I
along.
think
And
those detectives are just going crazy. They arrested
I tell him
everybody.
not to trust that Garcia. Don't talk to him. If your lawyer's not in the room, he's a piece of shit. And it doesn't look like that Sully falls too far from the tree. Just reminds me, he's got that Scully stench. He's got that Garcia stench on him.
Okay, so I will take care. I will not talk to those guys.
And I tell him I bumped up a little bit on his fee because I had to go to some pretty unsavory places, man. It doesn't sit well to me. So,
So who bought the pyramid?
huh?
The pyramid. You said someone bought that.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
looks like someone took it from the crime scene and they took it over, and this little fruity Desmond guy acquired it for Miss Ashworth, some art dealer.
You are Desmond.
Wait a minute, what was the name of the
Devereaux, Devereaux.
Devereaux.
Devereaux? He's a little drunk. He's been drinking and driving, beating people up. Man,
Rod doesn't know who Devereaux is.
Dollar General version of Magnum.
Okay, Desmond. Thank you.
Now, how's he gonna pay me while he's in jail?
Well, he has paid you something already, I suppose.
Okay.
He'll pay you the rest when he gets out.
If he gets out.
We
How
can't
long
just frame everybody every session, guys.
How long can the cops get to arrest the guy without any evidence?
It's roughly 72 hours, isn't it? So they've got 3 days to
That
plan.
might have changed. I think it might have been 48 hours in the 80s.
Okay, so that's what matters now. What it was in the 80s.
Mhm.
I'll double
We'll go
check.
48. I'm happy with that. 2 days is plenty of time for a corrupt bunch of cops to fucking plant enough evidence to throw the book at these creeps. Everything's trumped up anyway.
It still says many states adhere to this 72 hour. It doesn't have a date.
Oh right. Oh, I was thinking it was 72.
It used to, I think it seemed like to me, it seemed like to be 40. Oh, for more than 48 or 72 hours, depending upon the state.
Mhm.
Oh right. Okay.
So
Okay, so
Texas,
it's
Texas
not
will be fucking
southern
96.
states tend to be more in line with the Constitution, so it'd be shorter time. So
Really? Thought it'd be
yeah,
longer. Oh, fair
you're
enough.
the opposite. No, it's not. Um, shit, New York holds you for 96 hours.
I've been surprised that long.
Nothing's coming up for Texas right now. I don't know. It's typically shorter
Mhm.
in the southern states, so I know. And in some states like Nevada, you have a bail bondsman in the police station, so you can be bailed out like 5 minutes after you walk in. Like the bail bondsmans have offices in the police stations, so you walk in and you walk out. Kentucky, they can hold you 48 hours, but bail bondsmen are not available on weekends. Sucks.
So don't get arrested on the weekend.
Yeah, don't
And
get
that's where all the
Friday night.
domestic violence
Yeah.
calls and stuff are filed on Fridays, so you have
Yeah.
to stay until Monday. They do it on purpose.
Yeah, of course.
My ex-wife did.
Okay, so how long is it?
We're not sure, but I guess
We're
we're gonna
not.
point on
We're
the
go-
48
we're
hours.
going
Yeah.
for
Okay,
48
let's
hours.
say 48 hours.
Yeah.
So you're going to have them there for today. You will get no evidence that can prove that they have any kind of connection to this. There are some pending stuff related to some of the people, but nothing that could be related to Larry's death. Which means that eventually they will go back to their lives, and Chester will.
Well, I'm wondering, right? If I couldn't fabricate enough evidence that meant that Larry was either going to squeal or he was cutting someone out of a deal, and that's why he got bumped off.
Who do you want to involve in this?
He's definitely his wife.
His wife? But did you arrest the wife as well?
We've arrested everyone in the Black Book.
But
Okay,
his wife, well,
okay, includes the wife. Okay. Uh, well, you can try, but there's really not much to get from there. But okay, you can just, if you want to fabricate the evidence, you can.
We're trying to fabricate it that they're all in a drug dealing and arms dealing ring, and we're going to throw in some people smuggling just for kicks.
Okay. I'm not sure what should you roll for that.
isn't there a skill related to law, bureaucracy, or something like that? I don't think there is. I'm just saying.
No, it's
Yeah.
academic.
Yes.
Um,
I'm
well,
just thinking if he's managed to get enough officers involved, then I'm guessing he probably would because of the influence he's got as being the high up hardball detective. That would give him a few bonuses. I'm still thinking, yeah, it's going to be a fucking tough role, and it might be several roles that I'll be able to make over the 48 hours.
roll streetwise is the only thing that passed, maybe, or investigation. Investigation, maybe, on reverse. You are
Oh, fucking
producing.
hell. Right. I've rolled 18 altogether.
Okay, so you come up with some false stuff and you incriminate Valerie. So she will be here, but it's not real. So it will not hold up later. So what are you going to do in the meantime?
Just work on this fabrication case, I think.
Okay,
And just try and get these charges to fucking stick.
right. Okay.
But
So,
I'm thinking he might end up being disgraced at the end of it. That'd be really interesting.
well, time will go by unless you have something else to do. Chester, you get paid. Rod pays you the rest of it. Miranda, you buy the pyramid, and
Yes, I bought the pyramids,
the
and
auction is cancelled.
because the widow is in jail,
Yes,
I want. Well, they could still do the auction. They don't need her.
but they decided to
Okay.
cancel it because it's being.
I'm just waiting for to know what the Dutch guy says. Well, meanwhile, of course, I'm going
Okay.
to look at the thing, the pyramid.
Right. Okay. It doesn't really look like something that is valuable. It looks like just some rubbish. Well, it's not a work of art. It's just
Mhm.
metal work. It has some inscription that you cannot understand. I don't think so, unless you think that you can understand. Languages or something.
I have. Oops, I'm in the wrong place.
History.
I have art history. It's not okay.
Well, you know that it's there are several languages mixed there. It's not really. It's not one language. It's a mix of languages. It's Latin and it's Greek and
Yeah, I
Arabic.
have art history, so maybe that would be.
So you recognize.
And I do have a level on occult. And I have other language level 2 also.
So that's what you can recognize. Different languages mixed together in a kind of.
Can I do a copy like with the are they how can I say encarved?
You can take a yes there. You can take a picture.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to
Do that.
find a translator to translate. I'm gonna take some pictures and trying to get some translators.
Okay. Meanwhile, Devro calls the Dutch collector and he does have the book. And he might be interested in buying the pyramid, though he's probably not willing to give that much, a lot of money for it. He's not really rich.
Mhm. Well, would he mind giving us access to a copy of the book? Some transcripts so we can.
If you are willing to go there,
Yeah, well, the Satanist is closer. No, but you could take some pictures or something like that, or no, that's gonna damage the book, of course.
well, it's a big book. He's not going to photograph every page of it. Taking photos wouldn't damage the book.
Well, what language is the book written in? Latin, of
Latin.
course.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I have Latin. Uh, yeah, probably the Satanist is closer, so I'm going to try to tell Deborah to call the Satanist. Though going to all to the sounds nicer, so yes.
Okay, he calls the Satanist as well.
And I'm sure the Deborah would prefer to come to Amsterdam.
Yes. The Satanist, it's the same thing. Is willing to show you the book, and he might be interested in buying the pyramid.
Well, I'll take the pyramid. I'm gonna go visit the Dutch guy, and I'm gonna take the pyramid with me so that he can see it.
Are you sure about that?
You think someone can steal the pyramid from me? Yeah, that's true. Someone can steal it. And I can have a problem in customs.
Yeah, probably.
So since we're not gonna get together anyway, I'm gonna go back and just take a a short trip to Europe. It's gonna be a couple of days. While Sully has everybody in the can.
I've just had another cunning plan. Sully wants to fabricate the tape of the PI and that conversation they had in the prison cell. He wants to edit that recording, if possible, or get it edited. So it basically looks as if they're discussing the murder of Larry.
You
And
know,
it's
this is 1983, right?
Yeah.
yeah. What's the problem with that? You just cut and splice some cassette. It's on cassette for a start.
But
Yeah.
you need to find them to. You don't have a AI to make up things that they didn't said.
You wouldn't need AI. You would just need a reasonable editing suite for which they'd probably be able to do it at the station.
You can definitely cut and splice it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
But
just
then it's
splice
going
it
to be
together.
proved that that the recording was spliced, right? Can that be proven under
Visible by the
forensics?
naked eye.
Yes.
God damn it.
But I'm also interested. The detective didn't appear, coming to me, and I'm a bit curious about him. There's no way I figure out who he was.
Chester, did you look for someone else? Or you just wanted your money?
He doesn't care, he just wants his money.
Okay, so
I mean,
I guess.
I gotta pay off my debts. So is it enough to pay off my debts, or not even enough to make a dent in it? I need to come up with some money.
oh, maybe it's not enough. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah. I would have took the bribe, but it just screamed entrapment. So, you know, they're all dirty. They're just gonna throw you. Can't take money from cops. Cops take money. They don't give money.
That's strange. Cops offering you money, yeah, that's gonna buy you. Like,
In a police station. It's like, this is the biggest setup ever, man. No, but my character doesn't know anything else. He's got his own problems. His job was pretty straightforward. I ended up never really crossing paths with the other players.
Mhm.
I reported it all back. The other player that I did encounter threatened to basically tried to bribe me and get me thrown in jail. So I was like, you know what? I'm out.
You know, the
I'm
funny
betting
thing,
on some ponies.
when we played it the last time, we also didn't get along very well with Sully. He's trying to put us in jail.
I'm driving my Celica.
He's just thinking he's got a week left. He's found fuck all, and he's like, "Fuck it, let's throw the book at them. Let's get them all fucked." Even if the charges are trumped up, they can dismiss him. He's
That
got.
just seems like an awful lot of trouble, but you do you. No, but yeah, I was thinking, yeah, that detective thing and that. Do I know Valerie was arrested?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I'm thinking.
Because I had a plan in the back of my head when we started this. When I read my sheet, I was like, "Oh, I got an idea," but it never happened. If I got the opportunity,
Would I know anybody that was, or Deborah would know anybody that was on that weird sex cult? Because I imagine in the news it says that everybody was arrested.
If you knew somebody,
Well,
probably.
I knew the German lady from parties, but I don't know if I knew she was part of the sex cult.
No, well, maybe Deborah can tell you that. So that's probably the only person that you know there, but you don't know them from the sex club. You know them from parties, and probably Deborah the same. So we can tell you that one of the members was a woman that you know.
Well, I'm gonna tell Devereaux
Social.
that I'm gonna tell Devereaux that I'm kind of interested with this detective thing, and now Valerie was arrested. I'm so glad that we got the pyramid before, because if not, we'll be
Yeah.
screwed. But I'm curious about who that PI was.
So Deborah tells you what he knows.
Yeah, so let's figure out. Do you know anyone that was part of that little club?
Well, now you know about everybody.
Okay.
They were arrested, so you know their names.
Ah, yes, their names appeared in the journal. I was forgetting that. So their names were in the journal. So I know that the German. I
Yeah,
know what's her name? Starts with an R.
Leonora Schneider.
Yes, I know that Leonora Schneider. So I'm gonna give her a call.
Oh, okay, see, she's not arrested anymore. Yeah, it's just the widow now. Okay, so you call Miss Schneider, and she still remembers you. Hello, Miranda. How are you?
Hello. I don't remember her first name. Greta.
Leonor.
Leonora. I just heard in the newspaper about that awful thing with the.
Yeah, it's very strange. The police they talked to us, but then everybody was taken in for some
That's
interrogation.
crazy. Well, do you want to meet for a tea? I bought the one of part of Larry's collection, and I'm so happy I was able to get in from the widow before she was arrested.
Oh,
What
yes,
a mess! Do you think I think she did it.
probably she did it. She was the one with some interest in that.
Well, let's just have a talk over tea
Okay,
and
so
catch up.
later.
I also have
you-
some dildos that could interest her husband. Larry's golden dildos.
Very-
Okay,
So
so later you meet at the tea house, and
we'll
Leonor.
just do some chit chat and some gossip about and I'll ask her about the Larry and the pyramids.
So she tells you basically what she told Chester. That strange
And I'm
lady
gonna
with the
mention that a detective came by to talk to Devereaux about and asking about the pyramids.
Okay, she tells you. I think maybe I got a visit from the same person.
No, do you know his name? Because Devereaux didn't got it. You know, he's a bit distracted sometimes.
I assume Chester Desmond. Did you introduce yourself to Mrs. Schneider?
I don't know. I think I was messing with him a little differently because I had messed up. Maybe. I don't know. Remember.
Okay, so she
I
left.
guess it would make sense that you did, right? Because
Yeah, it would make sense I did.
That was a respectable place.
Respectable play.
they could be potential customers.
Okay, so she tells you that Mr. Desmond, private investigator, visited her, and he was very nice.
Well, because
Yeah, I told everybody except Devereaux. That's what it was. I told
because my
everybody.
goal is to figure out who, if I can have any more juicy story about the pyramid that I don't know about, so I can make it look better for the freak that wants to buy it. And at the same time, I'm thinking if he's free and he's already involved in this, he can help me if I need to investigate some leads about. I don't want to do footwork.
Oh, I think you can find him in the phone book.
So
I'm in the yellow pages. Like,
yes, of course. So I'm gonna give him a call.
Desmond PI. Okay, Mr. Desmond PI, you get a phone call from Mrs. Ashworth.
I mean, that's how I answer the phone. Chester Desmond, PI. And then in the
Mr.
background, you hear that music. Wifey question.
So, Mr. Desmond, this is Miranda Ashworth. I'm assuming you know who I am.
Yeah, you're one of them sex perverts that buys the weird toys.
I'm an art collector. I know you were asking some questions about Mr. Edelman's murder, and well, I would like to know if you're free. I may need your if well, since his wife was arrested, I don't think you need you probably, I don't know if you're still working on the case or not, but
No, I'm paid. I'm done. So
I may need your services to investigate the background story of the pyramids
oh,
and
I'm
all that weird thing that was going on. Well, if you want to meet in my if you don't mind, you can visit me at the gallery and we'll talk in person.
I, I head down to the gallery when it's able. Um, I'm not really a researcher though, so it's kind of like
Yeah, I'm not talking about history. I'm talking about just getting some dirty and doing errands for me.
it pays. It pays.
Okay, so you meet at the gallery,
Yarp.
and will Devereaux will be there as well.
I don't know. Depends if he wants to be.
That's up to you if you call him in or not.
You're trying to increase the drama. Yeah, you can be there.
So Desmond, you arrive and you see Devereaux. He's there as well, and Mrs. Ashworth.
Mr. Desmond, thank you for coming. Do you like a drink?
Absolutely.
Oh, Devro, please. I don't remember what is Devro's first name. Michael.
Michael.
Michael, can you please serve
Yes, of
Mr.
course.
Desmond?
So he serves you a drink and serves you all drinks.
So, what do you know about this pyramid and Larry's habits and all that, if you allow me to ask?
Well, the closed case, and the other guy didn't say it was confidential, but a bunch of perverts. He was into the occult. His little old lady might have killed him to sell off all his stuff. And I actually had a hunch that maybe there might have been someone after the trinket he kept in the closet, and they said they all played around with it. A couple of them were really convinced that maybe it had something to do with something, but it just looked like a
Well,
classic bored housewife wants a new husband and new money, and
I'm gonna pick the pyramid and show him. Let's say, let's go. I imagine that I have it. Well, this is it. It doesn't look like much, and it's not. But we are hoping, as we already bought it, that people are willing to buy, to give a lot of money for this, not because of the object in itself, but because the history behind it. So we are tracking down the background history of the pyramid, but the current story, Larry's murder and the cult and all that, can also be interesting to increase the market value. So I was wondering if you are available to do some research, some investigation for us on that.
go do interviews.
Well, yes, not just about his death, but about what was going on with the pyramids and what they were doing at the club. We are more interested in the occult side of it and not just the sex.
Ugh. Okay, I think my interview style might be a little different than you're used to, but yeah, sure. I'll roll up on some of these eggheads for you and get some answers out of them.
Well, I'm assuming you already have the list of contacts. That's why I'm and you already talked to the people. That's why I'm using you. You already have an in on that with them.
But I don't know anything. Larry was the only one that knew anything about the occult, and he's a dead man.
Yeah, but their experience, did they saw anything weird? Was there anything that made them feel uncomfortable?
He made him play with the little trinket, and nothing happened, and then Larry's dead.
Hmm.
The weirdest one's probably the German lady, but she was not into that either, so no one really knew anything about Larry.
Okay, so you're telling me that you don't need to hire you.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute.
That's what I'm thinking. So you're telling me I don't need to hire you.
Like a little light bulb goes in his head, like, oh shit. What was in that drink? He goes, of course you'd already be charged a consultation fee. It's the consultation. Chester's still getting paid.
Well, were you willing to go again, talk to Mr. Edelman's friends and try to explain them that they're doing some research into Mr. Larry's occult beliefs? Maybe with this approach, they will tell you things they didn't said before.
I mean, they won't be too happy to see me coming, but yeah, sure.
Well, I cannot. Did you have problems with all of them?
Yeah, wasn't a problem at all.
Well, you can start by your employee, maybe. Well, I don't know. I'm assuming that maybe it's someone that was part of that group.
Yeah. I think I talked to everybody on the list already, haven't I, Miguel?
I'm not sure if you've talked to everybody.
Not with the black guy, right? Someone else talked to the black
No,
guy.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you talked to the black guy.
And did you talk to the two whores?
I didn't talk to the wife, and I didn't talk to.
Well, the wife is arrested now. So.
Yeah, they're all arrested. I mean,
No, the other ones
No,
already
the-
came out.
It was just yeah. Meanwhile, it just wanted to keep the wife.
I'm also worried
Well,
that the police
I think
can go
you're-
crazy and start trying to arrest more people.
I was like, wait a minute, you don't have to worry about it. If it's the wife and she's in jail, that means all Larry's notes are at his house. His
Uh,
Rolodex and his information, his
You
research.
see, that's why
Yeah,
I'm
his-
paying you for, Mr.
Yeah.
Desmond. You're already a good investment.
Let's go break into her house.
I'll give you we'll give you an advancement.
Yeah, get an address and I'll go break into the
Mhm.
Black Widow's house.
Yeah, I'll give you the address.
Okay, so that's your plan. You're going to break in the house, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
she's in jail.
Right. So do a lockpick.
Nope. I got a lockpick. It's called a brick.
Okay, yeah.
Hold on. Brawling, carousing, disguise, gambling, interviewer, investigation, leadership, sleight of hand. I got sleight of hand.
I don't
Can you
think
try
it's-
the lockpick without the skill?
Yes, I can.
Just with agility.
Of course, I can.
Yeah.
The purpose is to find out if he can do it in a discreet manner or not.
Discreet or not discreet? Is it an apartment or a house?
It's a house.
Go around to the back door, try the patio door, and try the kitchen door, which are usually left unlocked, especially patio doors.
Well, she was arrested.
Plus, she was
Right.
arrested. I'm talking about living in nice neighborhoods. No one locks their patio doors.
That's interesting.
Well,
Okay.
if you live in a high crime neighborhood, you lock everything, and if you live in a high trust neighborhood, you don't lock shit.
Well, I remember when we were in my father's house that used and when we go to my sister's house in the middle of their weekend's house in the middle of nowhere, we don't even lock our car. We just leave the car there and
Yeah, I grew up in a house we never locked the doors. Never. No, granted, we also have pistols hanging over the top of the door. So my
Well,
grandmother
okay,
got
so-
older, she locked the doors, but growing up, hardly ever.
So you go in from the back door and you get inside
Yeah.
the what? The Edelman house. So what are you going to look for?
Well, I'll try to find his office if he has a home office or whatever.
There is, yeah. So do a search roll.
11 plus. Shit, I don't have search. 11. Search goes on what?
search
Brains?
is a basic skill. So you
Basic
have
skill,
one
so you have
level.
at least one level, yeah.
Well, that is it based on brains.
Brains, yes.
Yeah.
Shit. Then it's as I roll it. +1, -1, to 11.
Okay. So what are you looking for?
An office.
Yeah, you find the office. But
Ah,
in the office, 11 is enough for that.
in the house, get lost. I don't find the office. I'm trying to search a bathroom. This is a strange typewriter.
Okay, so in the office, I just want to know if 11 is enough for you to find something relevant.
I'm basically looking
You
for
can
a
just bring
filing cabinet.
everything.
Yeah, I'm looking for a filing cabinet or a locked drawer or ledger, basically.
Okay, so you find that.
Right.
You find
The
right.
ledger. I mean, did I find the filing cabinet or a locked drawer?
Let's say file cabinet that is not locked.
Okay. Because the good stuff will definitely be in the thing that's locked.
Yeah, probably. But well, that doesn't safe. But to open the safe, you'll have to roll better than that. 11 is not enough.
Well, I go through the filing cabinet and see, look if there's files with names, if it's all business stuff, or if there's stuff marked occult or the pyramid. I must have it.
So you find some related to business, lots of information related to business. You probably you found something about the pyramid. You bought it. It's an object.
Yeah.
You bought it from an antique, so it's there. You don't find anything that sounds not legitimate. So he seems to be handling his business within at least the part that you found. It seems everything is legitimate. And no, nothing about the occult. Well, yes, there are things about the occult everywhere. Books,
Right.
but no
Okay,
notes.
so does he have a briefcase?
Yeah.
Open a briefcase, quickly search the briefcase, throw the file from the filing cabinet into the briefcase, go to that bookshelf and try to find any books that would pertain to the thingy I was looking for.
The pyramid.
Yeah. Now I do have higher ranks in investigation as opposed to
So yeah, go ahead, roll that.
14. Only had a decent roll. I've not rolled higher than 14, except when I punch people.
So you look for something that is related to the pyramid, and you don't find it. And you don't find it because that's not really a major occult object, and so there's not much information about it. You do find something that is kind of indirectly related to the pyramid, but you already know about that. There's a mention to a book called Codex Voluptate et Valorem, which was written by the person that ordered the object. And you find mention to that in the you find it because it's
in the
marked.
ledger.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
marked by him, so he probably was looking for it before. So he was doing some research. There are some books with markers, and they have references. They're just incomplete, just basically information like that. There's this book, and the book talks about blah blah blah.
Right. I take the best book and put it in there, the rare book. And is there anything else that jumps out in the as I go over the desk? I got the file and then I got the rare book.
Let me think. Okay. No, but you still haven't gone into the safe.
Well, I try to access the safe. Maybe she left it unlocked.
No, it's locked.
Is it a combination or
It's a combination.
yeah? I'm gonna have to look around for
Where did he hide the combination?
yeah, look in the ledger and files and see if there's any numbers written down. Or
Okay.
if he's got like a day planner on his desk, flip it over and see if he wrote down any of numbers or
Okay,
anything like
do
that.
a target number 15 roll for investigation.
Oh, 18. So I got a 19.
Okay, so you eventually you find it is he has some numbers scribbled somewhere, and when you test them, it's in fact the combination. The safe open. And inside the safe, you find some other things. There were some illicit businesses, and those are recorded in the safe ledger.
Oh.
And then there's a notebook, and the notebook is about his occult research.
All right, take the notebook. No bear bonds, no cash, no jewelry.
Some, yeah, some money, some jewelry, some of that. Not a lot, but some. Yeah.
Enough to pay my debts. I'll take it.
Okay, probably.
I got debts, so the cash is a bonus. I take the cash, I take the jewelry. I feel guilty about it for 30 seconds. Then I remember the goons that are going to break my legs if I don't pay them and just shrug it off. But there's nothing else in there. I take the important stuff, the valuable stuff. Is the illicit ledger for the illegal businesses worth taking, or is it something that doesn't really
Well,
matter?
he's dead now, so it's probably irrelevant for you.
Irrelevant. Yeah, I'll leave it. All right, I close it, lock it back up, and I made sure to wear gloves while I was doing it too. My
So
leather driving gloves, circa 1983.
so you get out with your newfound cash and the way to pay your debts, and a notebook that might be interesting.
Yeah. All right. I put everything in there. I do some quick math. Do I have enough money to pay my debt to the mob?
I'm going to roll a dice. D6, 1 to 3, it's enough.
Alright.
You're unlucky. It's almost enough, but not yet.
Of course I'm unlucky. I'm a gambler.
So Miranda's money might come in handy.
Yeah, I make a quick, I stop at a payphone, make a quick call to the goons I owe money to, tell them I don't have all my money, but you know what? I got a lot, and I got enough to get them off my back for a while, but I'm getting ready to get paid for this next job, and I might have enough to pay the whole debt off at once. And I'll leave that message.
Okay. Your friends probably will accept that. It's a lot of money. It's almost everything. So.
Yeah.
What you're going to do with the notebook?
Yeah. Then I ask them if they're into weird art.
Who?
The people I owe money to.
Oh no,
Uh,
I just put money.
if they like the weird art, I probably get a barter system set up. So yeah.
Well, okay, you can try to sell it if you can.
Yeah, try something. All right. After I get off the payphone and grab a 6-pack, get in the car, crack a beer open, start driving down the road, drinking a beer.
I just have an idea, the business plan that might work. If Chester
Cunning
is
plan.
Yes, if Chester is remotely competent, I can hire him to investigate to discover dirt on people I want to buy things from and blackmail them for them to sell it to me cheaper.
Black dude.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm also wondering, when Chester left the station, could we put a tail on him just to see what he's up to? And perhaps bust these gangsters that are on his ass?
Okay, you can.
Oh, that's going back in time. Gosh.
Chester, roll a what? Search.
Or investigation, because investigation is the upgrade for search.
Yeah.
18. And my investigation would make it a plus. Investigation is another brains one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
This just makes it a +1. 19.
Wow.
At -1 brains is killing me.
Okay. So you
Because
know
that's
that,
right, right? Investigation is the progress from search.
yeah. So yeah, it is, yeah. You notice that you are being followed by the cop.
All right, I lose him.
Since no, you noticed before. Well, now you are sure about that, but you noticed you were kind of expecting that they were trailing you, but now you are sure.
Now this
Cops
is
have been following you.
this may not have ever actually happened
Can-
in my life. I'm not going to admit it or deny it. But I finished that beer, throw it out the window, and ditch him.
Okay, so you managed to lose the cop.
Yeah.
And, meanwhile, Sully, you know that Desmond before this he met his client and he met someone else, a art collector, and then he was doing some errands around town.
What sort of errands? Any? Can I get a?
He seems to be working the case. He was near the house, but they weren't able to see what he was doing there. Near the house, the dead man's house.
Near Larry's house.
Yeah, Larry.
Well, I think we'll investigate that then, or I'll send someone to investigate that.
Okay. Well, there's no trace. He didn't leave any trace that he was in the house. You know he was because you are here. But the cop that goes there, he doesn't find any trace. Maybe he entered, but there's nothing obviously missing. What was missing was inside the safe.
So does he see the safe is empty?
I
You need
locked.
to open the safe to
Oh,
know that it's
yeah,
empty,
yeah.
and you don't know if it was what he had before.
I don't think it's so. No, it's not. It's not empty. It just took.
I mean, I locked it back.
But we definitely saw Chester going in there.
No, you said they saw them near the house. They didn't saw him go near.
Ah, right. But Chester was casing that joint, and then the cops lost him.
Just in the neighborhood, man. Nobody was home.
We're just trying to get them gangsters, mate. That's all. I just thought that
But
would
you-
give you an extra bonus for Sully's track record. And he's just looking to get the most collars. He can get if he's out literally out fucking just begging people to make his record look good and leave his career on the high, you know. The more people he arrests and can pin things on, the better. that's the way he's looking at it. Because he's got no interest in the occult. As far as he's concerned, he's getting this case all wrapped up for the DA and that, who he's probably going to bribe anyway.
How are you
Along,
gonna bribe the DA? I mean, where'd you get your money?
Yeah.
How the hell are you going to bribe a cop is going to bribe a DA?
well, he's got info on people. That's one of his things. He can dish dirt on people. He digs around, you know, finds shit out, and either blackmails them or they do what it's favors for favors, winks and nudges and shit. It's just an all-round old dirty cop.
But then you're gonna bribe him. You're gonna blackmail him. That's a different thing.
Well, yeah. That's he can etch around in people's fucking backgrounds and fucking dig up enough shit on them or plant evidence. Which I will roll for if you like.
Chester, did your former client have your own phone number, or just called it to the office?
I mean, this is the 80s. I don't think I have a personal phone number. It's the office.
But you don't live at the office, right?
Nope. And I call people from payphones or the office.
But you will have an answer machine service that you can just call in to know to get these messages.
Answer machines were around then. So
No,
I
no, but that thing that you had, not an answer machine, but you leave it that you can
Pager.
call to get the message even if you're not at
Yeah, it's
home,
like a
right?
pager.
I too cheap for that. I mean, answering service costs way more
Okay.
than what Radio Shack can
Okay,
get.
well, anyway, the next day you arrive at the office and you have, you don't have a secretary, right?
No, no.
Okay, so
Dude,
someone,
I'm strapped for cash.
so your phone is ringing.
I answer the phone. Chester Desmond, PI.
This is Taggart. Taggart was the guy who hired you before.
Yeah,
I've been calling you since yesterday. Something happened.
yeah, I've been working a case. What happened, big boy?
Do you remember that Eddie guy, the drug addict, drug dealer or whatever?
Yeah,
Something happened to him.
what happened to him?
He was roughed up. Some people pretty badly.
That's the bartender?
That's a drug dealer. No, it's a drug
No.
dealer. I guess that happens to him a lot.
I mean, I roughed up both those guys. Was it the
No, but
guy? But
no, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. It was a couple of days ago. It's a very strange story. He says he was severely beaten up and raped by a group of people, men and women, dressed in leather clothing.
I thought you weirdos were into that.
Yes, but this wasn't consensual. He didn't. He didn't have.
You can brutalize me, slap on me, and spit on me as long as I tell you to do it.
Also, it was at his home, so it was basically.
Oh, dearie me. He's been burgled at his house.
He's been buggered and burgled. This is why you call it a private investigator. You need to call the cops. Some kind of weird rape gang in Hammockville.
I'm not sure if he called the cops or not, but the thing is, now I'm starting to suspect again that this has something to do with the case. That's why I called you.
How so?
I don't care about Eddie. He could die, and I don't really want to be involved in that.
Has
Well,
Sully heard about this or not, Miguel?
no, he didn't.
No, right.
He didn't call the cops. I don't know. I'm wondering maybe if this is the same thing that happened to Larry. Some sort of maybe he was involved with another club with really
some rivals sex club has got beef and now they're coming around killing you guys and or beating you up and raping you. Just sounds like you need a bigger club.
Well, these people sound like criminals, not like us. We are just regular people. But
Tourists. Okay, I get you. You're tourists in the BDSM.
Yeah, kind of.
He can't hear me roll my eyes to the telephone, thank goodness. I said, well, does he have a description of these people in leather?
I think you should call. You should talk to him. He told me, but he told me that there were. I mean, he gave me a very strange description.
Is this your buddy on drugs?
Well, it might have been.
Ah, Nancy Reagan says drugs are bad. You guys been watching TV?
Yeah, well, I don't really care about their opinion.
What year did they start doing the drugs are bad Nancy Reagan spots? Was it 83 or 84? 85?
It was that sort of time.
It was that time.
It was that time, definitely.
I don't remember that. I don't think.
I don't think it
Whether-
got here.
No, of course. Well, maybe I heard about the drugs are bad. Well, and I know that the drugs are bad.
I mean, I know pop culture in America didn't spread as fast in the past as it does
Yeah.
now.
Well,
No,
we
not
had
that
a
It took a while for stuff to get here in Appalachia because we're a secondary market, so all that kind of stuff would filter in. It's kind of especially
well,
fast.
we had a huge "Just Say No" campaign that was launched by a kids' TV show.
Yeah, they put it in the schools. No, no,
Yeah,
no, no. We had to watch that shit in school on a VHS tape.
yeah,
Roll it in and play a commercial, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
roll it back
It
out.
went national, and it was like, well, basically what it was. This kid died of a heroin overdose in a fucking uh, secondary school drama, and it was massive news over here. It was called Grange Hill, the program, and the "Just Say No" campaign sort of launched from that. They had a single out and everything.
In the early 19, they don't put a date on it. That's
Oh, but yeah, now I remember. There was
well, it is actually 1983.
But yeah,
Diz não às drogas.
this now as Drogas. Yes, we had a version of that later, probably.
Probably in the 90s, because that's
Yeah,
when everything got fucked
but
up.
much later. Yes. Well, I guess no, not really. In Portugal, it was around the same time. Basically, in my generation, there were many people that died of overdoses. So
Oh,
yeah, drugs were here, but no one cares.
all right. So it was 1983, Good Morning America, a 2-hour PBS, and then they started ramping it up in 1985. So it started in a proto version in 83, and by 85 is when the commercials were on TV all the time.
yeah, there was a massive thing with glue sniffing over here as well, solvent abuse in general. And I'm trying to remember the name of the schools program as well. We used to have to watch, and it put you in. I think it was called. Oh fuck! No, I nearly had it then. It was like this thing. It gives you contemporary moral issues, and it was
Yeah,
almost
we had
like
after school
what you
specials.
do or something like that. It
We
was
had
called.
after school specials for all that.
Yeah, all that kind of thing. And then we get asked questions about it at school, and teachers made a thing and song and dance about it. But
Yeah.
they didn't
Anyway,
really
I
pay
guess that the
attention.
Just Say No reference is a little off for 1983. It should have been more common through 84, 85, I guess. Um, but yeah, I tell him I go see his buddy, and I hang up the phone. Well, does he tell me the address, or is it is he at his house?
Well, you probably have the address, I think.
You already went there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think I went to his house and beat him up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, well, you met him. Yes, I know you met him. I don't know if it was in his house or not, but yes, I think so. Yes, I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
So
tell him
yeah,
I'll go have a talk to him, and I hang it up. Now you gotta realize men don't report rapes, so him to admit to his
Yeah.
buddy he was raped is kind of over the top. I'm already thinking,
Yeah.
what a pansy. And then I get in the car, I get in the Desmobile and drive over there. I made a picture of it, put it in the Discord. The
Yeah,
Desmo
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's
it's very nice.
83 Corolla, hot.
Okay, so you get to. Yeah, I was looking for that. Yes, I found it now. You go to Eddie Britt's house, and it takes a while until he opens the door, but you hear him asking, "Who's there?"
It's your new best friend Chester, Daddy.
Oh yeah, Taggart said you were coming here. Just wait a minute. You hear some noises inside, and then the door opens, and you see that his face is all black, blood spot, and he's walking in a funny way.
Is he using a walker or just a cane or just
No, he has a cane. Yeah.
it's a cane? I was like, who's you owe money to, Eddie? And I let myself in, kind of push past him.
He goes after you, but he's walking very slowly, and with his legs very open.
I just shake my head at him. I'm like, so you were attacked by a rival sex gang or something? They wanted me to Tell me what happened, Eddie.
Twice. It happened twice.
Twice.
Yes, 2 nights ago, I met two girls downstairs
In your house.
near the house, and they were a bit strange. Like, not they weren't gothic girls at this time, right? No.
Yeah, goth started in
Yes.
1978. Now, leather goth, that might be a different genre later on, but 83, there was goths.
Okay, so two goth babes. They started talking to me, and then I went with them, and I started fucking one of them outside. And then something strange happened. The other one, she grabbed me and she started uh, grabbing by the neck, but it wasn't really bad. I just let her. And then she took her clothes off as well. Then she started spanking me. And but a bit later, a man arrived. Strange guy, old, very large, muscled, and he picked me up and he beat me. And they were beating me as well.
No. Were they saying anything when they were beating you up, Eddie? And you sure it wasn't her boyfriend?
Well, it's possible though they didn't say anything. It was very strange.
So you picked up two girls
Yeah.
on the street in front of your house,
Hmm.
and you just started having sex with them,
Yep.
and a strange dude shows up and whoops your ass.
Yeah.
Does this happen very often, Eddie?
But that's not all. Last night I
Oh,
was here at home. I was sleeping, and that's when the strange thing, the really strange thing that I think I was having a nightmare. But then I wake up and my bedroom's door is open, and I see the two women again. At that moment, I wasn't sure if I was dreaming or not. They approached me and they started caressing my chest. I was bare chested, I was sleeping naked. And one of them slipped into the bed, and then the other one. And then I saw another woman entering the room, but she didn't approach. She stayed behind. And but I was thinking that I was sleeping still, that I was dreaming. And then we started making sex again, me and the two women, and the other one was just watching. And then the same man, he entered the room as well. And behind him, there were two strange creatures that didn't look like people. One of them seemed to have strange arms, like a crab or whatever. And the other one was very fat. It didn't seem like a person. And then that man, he was just watching from afar, and the women were just caressing me, sucking my dick, and all that. But all of a sudden, they started spanking me again, and then they grabbed me, and then turned me around, and then I was raped several times.
No,
I think I was raped by more than one of those guys, strange guys.
I have him try to draw. So I asked him if he's got any artistic ability, if he can just draw me some pictures. He didn't get any names. He didn't any anything. He just at least draw me a picture.
They were just making fun of me. They were just saying things, calling me names, pussy and ridiculous and imbecile and weakling
No.
human.
Now, I try to detect if he's lying with my interviewer skills, with my
Roll it, roll it, roll it.
my learning disability range intelligence. Natural 1.
Okay, that's good. He's telling the truth apparently. Okay, the description. The two women are both very good looking, but one of them seemed to have claws. scratched him, and he shows you the scratch. The other one was apparently a very hot goth girl. The other one seemed to be a goth girl, but she was very strong, and that's the one who scratched her. He believes that she might have something in her fingernails, like razor blades or something, because the scratches are very deep. The man is very strange. At the distance, he looked normal, but closer, he didn't seem, well, it seemed to be extremely pale, paler than a person could be. So maybe he was wearing some makeup or whatever. And he had no hair, and he was very tall, extremely tall, like a basketball player tall, and also very muscular, but white, not black. Obviously, very pale, of course. And he was wearing the bizarre outfit. They were all well wearing leather outfit. But the other two were the strangest ones. So one of them seemed not to have arms, and the other one was very fat and muscular, and he thinks that that one was one of the guys who raped him, and his dick was enormous, very, absolutely huge. That's why you don't have any song.
I asked him, he's like, you're talking John Holmes or?
I'm talking, yeah, something like that. If you want to take a look at my ass,
I'm like, no, Eddie, I'm good, Eddie. Get the Polaroid out. We're in Texas taking pictures of people with Polaroids. I mean, wait a minute, I do carry a camera,
no,
but I can't take that kind of film into this 1 hour photo. So I grab an Instamatic.
I went to a doctor and I had stitches on there.
All right. I'll need that, unfortunately.
I was bleeding. He shows you the bed sheets, and they are still soaked in blood. Well, they are dry now, but soaked in blood.
He takes all the information in. I write it all down in my book.
Before you go away, he says something like, he says, wait a minute. This will sound crazy, but I don't think they were people. I think they were demons.
You described a 7 foot tall albino blonde man. He may not be too hard to find.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a person. He looks like a demon. And the other two, those weren't human, definitely. They aren't. If they aren't demons, they are something else. But they aren't human. The women, they could pass for human, but not the men. Well, there was another person, a woman as well, but I didn't see that. Those two guys, they were normal people.
Right. I take that information. I finish my drink. I do a double take at Eddie and go, all right, I'll see what I can find out. This is
What should I do now? I'm afraid that they will come back.
maybe we should call a priest, Eddie.
Well, I wanted to go to an hotel, but I'm not sure if I have the money.
Wherever you go, call me and leave a message so I can get back in touch with you.
I'm going to try a motel where I can stay.
A motel? I mean, when people are after you, sometimes the best place to hide is in view of a lot of people. You know, if you're not adverse, spend the night in the Greyhound station on one of the benches, just nod off a little bit there, or maybe go into the hospital and sit in the emergency room.
Yeah, perhaps the hospital. I don't think I could stand on my ass all night.
I said, I'm pretty sure they got that battered women clinic downtown, but they don't take guys in.
Not yet.
Not yet. I identify as a winner. As winner. Okay, so that's what you know.
I,
You
I
have
get
already
back
made it.
in the Desmobile and I go deliver the stuff I stole earlier to Ashworth. And then I share the little story like, I don't know if this correlates, but blah. And he says he's getting
Uh,
demons.
mm, well, there's probably just a bunch of junky gods, but
And then we open up that rare book I stole and see pictures of
mhm.
the crazy golf gang.
Do I have anything interesting in the what he brings me, the book and the
The notebook has some interesting things, yes. So he recorded what he did. Check the notes. Okay, so he bought the pyramid some months ago. Then he started trying to find information about it. He found out about the story that you already know, that
Mhm.
it was custom made for a German demonologist. That the demonologist had a cult of sects following him, and that he found about the three books. He visited one of the collectors. He visited the guy in Netherlands. He
So
read
that's
it.
the one that I'm going to go.
He read the book. Yeah, he says that he was thinking about the Satanist, but then he thought that it might be interested too interested in the thing, and the other guy probably. So he went to the Netherlands. He paid him to just to read the book, and he read the book, and then he was very interested in what happened. So there was an experiment, um, Germany. Uh, Demonologist found um, manuscript from an Irish monk that told a story about that that monk. That monk was gay. You would call it back then. It was a
Back then they called him a sodomite.
Yeah, he was a sodomite in the 15th century. So he had an affair with a young man, and eventually he was visited by a few demons with whom he had some.
Is that Garcia's ancestors?
It could be, yeah, but no. He had a intercourse with those demons and recorded that. He wrote about it. He believed that it was a punishment for his evil deeds, for his sodomy. And eventually the guy probably died, but he left an entire record about his encounters with six demons, uh, three succubi and three incubi. The demonologist was very interested in that, and he had his own boys, his sect of young boys, students, who practiced as well acts of sodomy, trying to attract not just sodomy and little violence as well, because apparently that was, according to the late monk, that was something that the demon appreciated, sex and violence. Uh, Eventually, he wanted to also to create a kind of a magical ritual called the demon, and eventually, he, obviously, the man was studying other stuff, not just the monk. The monk was just uh, an accurate a record of something that he was already on the trail, a trail of those six demons. And he also studied other records from the past, and eventually he developed a ritual, and he called upon the not himself. He made his students call the demon. and it didn't end that well for most of the game. And in the meantime, for some unknown reason, was devising a plan um, of recording the ritual as turning the ritual into an object, kind of a puzzle box that would include the words of the ritual and as symbols, and then the puzzle box would align and create the correct sequence and open a gate for the demon to come forth. And he wrote a book about that, about all the process, investigation, the construction of the pyramid, all that. Several of his followers died. That's also recorded in the book. Um, Obviously, they died because the demon uh, came for them.
Obviously, it was the demon. Yeah.
And according to records of the time of the 1826, the demonologist disappeared. He was
Okay,
never
but
found.
the demonology didn't touch the box, or did he also touch the box? He used the other
Uh,
people to do it.
yeah, it's not that's not known
Hmm.
because it disappeared, so no one knows what happened.
Because the same thing with Edelman. Edelman was not touching the puzzle, but he was still killed.
Exactly. So according to what he wrote in the notebook, he was afraid of doing it himself. So what he did was he hired several students to translate the inscription, and with those translations, he came to the conclusion of what could be, or at least several options of combination, and then use that to as a game. He convinced the members of his club that it was just a game, and they were playing that game, and they were playing with the pyramid. But Larry himself never,
Mhm.
apparently, never touched, or you don't know. Maybe he did. The record is not complete. He may have he may have tried it.
Well, this is interesting. We
Is that
probably can make
oh,
The
a
notebook,
lot money for this.
the last entry in the notebook is weeks before the time when he died,
Mhm.
so he may have not recorded some stuff. He
Mhm.
forgotten to record it, whatever, or he wasn't
But he doesn't. He didn't write. He didn't have any visits from the demons. That's not on the notebook.
not in the time where until he recorded. No, he didn't mention that.
would Garcia have any knowledge of this or not?
He has no knowledge of demons. He just knows that someone died in a similar manner.
Right.
Well, this is interesting. I think you can make the pyramid more expensive. I just need to find the right buyer.
Someone who likes spankings from demons.
Need to find a crazy fuck to. So the Satanist is not very rich. I'm asking you, Game Master.
What? I was talking to a kid.
The Satanist, I guess, is he rich?
Uh, Probably not really rich, but it's probably well off. Maybe he's not well off enough to buy you for the price he wants.
Mm-hmm. Well, I need to start looking for a seller because this is a buyer.
A buyer, seller.
A buyer. I'm the seller. Meanwhile, let's just not touch this too much.
Too much.
Not that I don't really, and don't have sex in the spanking sessions around this.
You might arouse the demons.
Well, it's in the safe, so keep the pyramid locked. Oh, couldn't I find? Did I find a translator for the photos, or several translators?
Actually, don't need them anymore. You have the notebook.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I already have the notebook. Well, I'm going to start sending some sounders in the market that I have this object and who may be interested in buying it. I'm gonna ask Devereaux to take care of that.
Are you going to tell the story to Deborah?
Yes, of course.
Okay, when you start telling him the story, that interested gets his interest a lot. He starts wondering. Have
Uh-oh.
you tried to align the
No, thankfully I decided not to touch this shit. Well, I don't believe it, but you never know. Don't mess up with this.
Are you sure
Am I sure what?
that you shouldn't mess with it? Not mess up, mess
Do you
with
want to be killed by demons?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh,
I'm
don't be
curious about that.
ridiculous.
I'm curious about that. Don't you believe it?
I don't completely believe it, but
No,
I'm not gonna play with it.
if you don't believe it, what's the problem with that?
You're not gonna play with the pyramid. You can break it. If you want to sell it.
Okay, but I would like to play it.
No buts. You
Okay.
have no self-control sometimes.
No, no, I don't.
And you can't afford to buy it, so
No, I.
forget it. He doesn't have the keys to the safe. Okay, that's it on my side.
I'm wondering if Garcia would be interested in the box if he was aware of it.
Garcia or Sully?
Garcia, Sully wouldn't be interested. It's occult shit, and he would just say it's stuff and nonsense. He doesn't believe, does he? But Garcia does.
No. Yeah. Okay, so let's. I'm going to do a roll.
How the dirty cops are going to try to steal my property?
No, he doesn't want to
Um,
steal. He would try and get it hold of it legitimately if he could.
Sully, Garcia arrives at the station and he's got a strange look on his face. He seems worried. He approaches you and he says, Sully, I need to talk to you in private.
Okay, I'm up to my eyes in paperwork. God damn it! But I can spare you a bit of time. What's on your mind?
Screw that, man. You got the wrong person. This is not. She didn't kill the man.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's what the DA's gonna read, and that's what she's going up on.
No, listen. Something happened.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Eddie, the drug dealer,
Yeah.
he was killed yesterday, last night. He was killed.
Well, that's a load off, ain't it? That's one guy we haven't got a frame.
Yeah,
That's gonna save me some paperwork.
yeah, but he was killed in the same way Larry Adelman was.
Oh man, I got it all sewn up, Garcia. God damn it! I got it all sewn up with a nice little bow. You still want to mess around with this case? You go right ahead, but keep me out of it.
Okay. Well, I'm getting a little bit sleepy, so let's not go into the second.
Oh, now I was thinking you were talking as Garcia
No,
for a
no,
second.
I'm not going into the second murder tonight, but let's stop here. The second murder happened, and the police will be called in a while. So, eventually, you also know about this because everybody now is aware of it. So probably Taggart or someone will know about it and will tell you.
I think I'm actually going to start playing more as Garcia because he would have more vested
Okay,
input into what's going on, Miguel.
okay, so you can trade the character. So
Yeah,
next,
yeah,
next time.
absolutely.
Okay, so this doesn't. It's better that this doesn't happen. We just
Yeah, well, no, it's fine that it's
we'll start it.
happening. No,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
good
I
with
mean
it.
you will be called in to investigate the case. So,
But
well,
I'm thinking with this
doesn't matter.
occult, now it's getting a bit more fucking freaky. I think Garcia would come into his own now, and
Yeah,
Sully would
it
just
makes sense.
not be interested. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he doesn't believe.
Yeah, okay. I think
He's
it's
a fucking lazy bastard. He just wants to farm everybody
He
so he
wants
doesn't
to
have to do
try-
his work.
he wants to come up with rational explanations. That's what he
Yeah,
likes.
yeah, makes sense, makes sense. You haven't yet met, so it's probably a good idea that you play Garcia. It's
Yeah, I think Garcia would be more
Yeah.
vested in the occult. And he would be the one to fuck around with the parts.
Right. Okay, so we'll begin the next session with Garcia being called to
Yeah, yeah.
investigate. Sully is not interested, so he just
Yeah,
Say-
Sully's sort of just wanting nice,
Get
easy.
busted by
open
internal
case.
affairs for framing people.
He wants a nice open and shut case. He just wants it closed. And Garcia's like, no, but
Mhm. And right after that, we'll also both Desmond and Ashford, you will be informed about what
Mhm.
happened because well, you already know kind of you have an inkling about this. And I can already tell you that the murder is basically the same thing, almost the same modus operandi, and he died in quite a similar way. Okay, so we're going to start the recording now.